3, 2, 1.
Awesome group. Very excited. All right, so our next guests are the creators of a short slasher film with a comedic flair. So please put your hands together for the team behind Murder for Dummies, Wicked Trinity Productions. Come on out. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, got the whole crew. Have a seat. Man, you really know how to wind them up, huh?
Guess so.
You guys are going nuts. Okay, so I am super excited to hear about this movie. Just give everybody the premise. What kind of a movie are you filming? What's it going to be about?
The premise is a high school janitor, Bob Miller, gets fed up with his life. He lives in his mom's basement. He is a loser. Everyone that goes to school with him that he works at makes fun of him all the time. He's the brunt of all their jokes. And he gets fed up and decides that his higher purpose is to become a famous serial killer. And so it's his first time serial killing. And it follows the story of what happens next.
Ooh, all right. And none of you have murdered anyone, to be in the open.
Not successfully.
Not successfully, okay. Okay, well, what I thought would be fascinating, I mean, the show appeals to entrepreneurs. I think the fascinating thing is how much you can do with a small budget, right? So let's start by talking about a horror film like this. What would it cost in a normal
It would be considered an indie, so probably $1 million budget, maybe a little bit more or less, depending on special effects and who stars in it. These are all, as of yet, unknown talents, so they'd probably not be paid as much as they're worth, and I want to pay them so hard because they're so amazing. And basically, there would be structure. I'm technically the director, but these two helped me direct all of the time. We were cohesive co-directors, and I let the actors own their characters and develop their characters and say, like, I would really like to do this, and I was like, yes, do that, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Or it's scary as hell, so do that. And it just it was a group effort, so everyone was allowed to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and that sense of freedom, that spontaneity is something I want to talk about in a minute. But first, can we just define what guerrilla filmmaking is? Like, when you say you're out doing a guerrilla film, what are you doing?
Well, basically, when you don't really have a budget to work on to get the locations that you would want, you kind of just have to go out and grab it. So it's about getting into the location, filming before anyone knows you're there, and getting out of there as quickly as humanly possible.
So you're like jumping fences, picking locks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's where you're not even allowed to go, so you kind of just have to get out of
I
it.
feel like there should be a movie about how you filmed this movie. I think it's
Maybe
like a
that's
meta
our
thing,
next
right?
project. We were
That
talking
could be
about
it,
that
yeah, something
earlier.
scripted. Okay, so getting a lot of people to work for free isn't easy. How did the movie get underway?
Well, the interesting thing was that when we started writing this was supposed to be a trailer. We had no like intentions to make it what it is. It was supposed to be like a little 6-minute trailer just to own our skills, and because of all the passion and love that went into it, it turned into this 45-minute short film that we're so proud of today.
Oh, that's so
but,
cool.
you know, it's the love and the passion. We're just actors, so us getting our feet wet and promoting it and producing it and writing it, and then we have our amazing people helping us. We have our fellow actors. We have our amazing director of photography who's not here right now, but we owe it so much to the man. And then we have like amazing people like our scorer, who we're so happy that he was on board to help us. So it's unfortunately we can't pay them right now. Will we pay them if we have the money? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
she said
Yeah,
she's
we
going to
don't
pay them
condone
hard.
working
I
for
heard
free. That is not what we're about at
Yeah,
all.
well, it's a lot.
No.
It's a lot of work. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to watch TV and realize how many hours go into every minute that you watch. It's really incredible. So I want to touch on this spontaneous kind of attitude you guys took. So it wasn't like, from what I'm understanding, it's not totally scripted, and not everything is kind of planned out ahead of time. So what is planned out and what isn't?
Oh my gosh. Well, it was a full script from beginning to end, and we sort of said from the get-go to everyone who came on board, like, if you have an idea about something in the scene, go ahead. I told a lot of the scenes I wanted to be sort of an improv feel because I feel like it adds to this natural dialogue that happens. There's a difference between the way people typically talk, where
Yeah.
people are talking over each other, like you just did a little bit, and not in a bad way, just
It was a compliment. It's
yeah, you're complimenting the
it's
conversation.
Just like we're in the moment. Everything
Right,
just comes out as it comes out.
Exactly,
you know,
but instead of
I don't
like line, line, reaction, line, it's this natural flow. And when you let people, when you give people the freedom to say, okay, this is what's in the script, but please, if you have a different idea in the moment, please take it and do that. And it turned out so amazing. There's things that happened that I could never, ever have foreseen happening that were brilliant moments. Yeah, I'm excited.
So I hate to put you guys on the spot. Not. Do you guys want to hear some fun stories? Maybe we could ask each of them to share one of the fun stories that happened while they were jumping fences, breaking into places. What do you think? All right, that'd be good. Kind of throwing you on the spot, but yeah, I'd like to hear a story from each person.
Okay, so one of the funniest moments that I had, I felt so, I think it was the second day we filmed. Was that me and Kylie? Okay, second day of filming, and it was like our biggest day from like morning until 3 in the morning. And so it was like a hectic, crazy day. And I was just used to like directing and that's it. But I had to be on screen that day. So I was really freaked out. And I had been sick, so I was getting over a cold. So my voice was all scratchy and I'd been blowing my nose for 2 weeks straight. So there was that. And then I had, I got eyelash extensions for the first time ever. And if everyone doesn't know what that is, it's like they literally glue.
Those are fake on you
Fake,
right now?
yeah, these are not real, but they're not like the strip lashes where you glue it on. You go to a lady and she glues on individual hairs to your lashes that last for like 3 weeks.
Because you just want a super ability to keep leaves out of your eyes?
Yeah, that too.
Right.
My character is like the princess, your archetypal mean girl. So I wanted to look like, I
strong eyes.
do that. I don't know, like take care of myself.
Keep debris out. Yeah,
alive.
keep debris out. At
Keep everyone out, the whole world. So I had done that for the first time, and the glue was bothering me. My eyes kept watering for allergies, and then the glue would like sort of like come out a little bit, and then my eyes would keep watering. So that happened all night the night before, and I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna wake up in the morning and it'll probably be fine. It was not fine. My eyes were continuously watering, but we had to shoot, and I was just like, okay, well, this is just what's happening. So we shot one scene, and luckily the first scene I had to shoot, I was wearing sunglasses, so it was kind of okay. And then the next scene when we got to the house that we were shooting at, I was trying to put on like all of my makeup because it was like my full face was going to be on screen. My eyes would not stop watering. And internally I'm freaking out going, oh my God, this has to stop. Like I'm freaking out. And then all of a sudden my nose started bleeding. Because of all the nose blowing. Because I had been sick. So my co-star comes into the bathroom. My eyes are like, I look like I'm in tears, and I have tissue shoved up my nose and in my mouth, and I'm like trying to do my makeup.
We did a rewrite. You're gonna have to be murdered now just because of all the blood.
And she just looks at me, and I just started cracking up laughing because I realized how ridiculous the whole situation was. And she starts laughing because she laughs at everything.
Yeah.
Me and her just connected right off the bat, and it was just this like really funny moment of like, I can't believe how disastrous this is already, and like we're in day one.
Sounds like such a fun time out there. So
it was great.
Let's hear. Okay, you guys must have some stories too, right? Can you top that?
Let's try. This was one of the final days of shooting. We were super excited. We had everything already filmed, and these were the super intense scenes as any horror film. It gets pretty intense towards the end. And at the same time, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, and our director of photography, he has been up since 4 in the morning of the previous day, so he hasn't slept. He's extremely exhausted, and we're all pretty tired too. And our main actor, his scene is supposed to be super serious and super intense. And one of his first lines is, "First they ignore you." So then I'm like, okay, Michael, say it super intense, super angry. go big or go home. And he's like, okay, got it. So then I'm like, okay then. All right, and action. And then he starts sharpening his knives, being all creepy, and he goes, first I was afraid. And then I'm like, okay, he forgot his line. Don't panic, don't panic. He'll pull it back, he'll pull it back. And then he goes, then I was petrified. And, and at that moment, like, Kelly's losing it, our director of photography, everyone just starts cracking up, and he just starts singing "I Will Survive" and
dancing.
and dancing with the knife and everything, and we're all like, it's because we were tired, but it was hilarious, and he has been saving that, and it was worth it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was super funny because our director of photography, he was so tired and he couldn't stop laughing. He had to leave the room. He had to leave set. We had to take over. It was just pretty cool.
That's awesome. All right, give it up. Good job. All right. It's tough acts to follow, but what do you got?
So we were doing a scene in a backyard with a really big pool. And it was me, Brian, and one of our other actors, and he's supposed to be a up and coming golfer. So we have him in the backyard with the golf club, and in the script it calls for him to let go of the golf club. But he was having a hard time doing it until Kelly basically just yells at him and says, just let it go. So he swings, and he swings the golf club towards the camera.
Oh, no.
And lets it go, and it flies through the air.
Right.
About to hit her. It almost impales her. I swear it was like a Matrix type moment. And we're just staring at her, just like in awe, like, oh my God, is she okay? And out of nowhere, it seems like hours pass, and it's like Kelly just goes, no, you don't break character, you keep going.
I was so mad because I was like, keep going.
But we were all so genuinely concerned for her safety, because I'm looking towards the direction of the camera, and I just see the golf club and her just go.
That is awesome. All right, well, those are really good stories. We're a little bit over time, but I got to ask you before you go, when can people watch it? Where can they watch it when it's ready?
Well, it's going to be finished. We're in the post-production phase. It's going to be finished by the end of February 2017, and then we're going to send it to film festivals, and we're going to get it distributed. But you could stay updated on the exact dates of when and where it's going to be shown on our Facebook page, which is Murder for Dummies.
Okay, so thank you guys for coming, and you brought one of the trailers. Really excited to see it. Let's check it out.
911, what's the nature of your emergency?
First, they ignore you. Then, they laugh at you. Then, they fight you. Then... Then, you win.
Oh, scared the
Like
heck
scary?
out of me. Scared the heck out of me.